Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. It's Trey, and I want to talk about Kevin Feige because there's been like some rumors with the Russo brothers, and it involves Kevin Feige, and it also involves Avengers Endgame, and it involves Carol Danvers, Captain Marvel, Thanos, that kind of nonsense. And the reason why I want to talk about it is because, holy crap, if these rumors from what the Russo brothers, from what they're saying that the Russo brothers are saying, if that stuff happened, Endgame would have been a disastrous ending. Because to be honest, I'm going to let y'all know, I didn't like Endgame. I'm not going to lie to you. The only saving grace about Endgame was that 20-minute battle. If they didn't have that 20-minute battle against Thanos, yeah, Avengers Endgame would have been a trashy-ass movie. And I'm just going to be honest with y'all. I'm not about to sit up here and sugarcoat it with y'all. I'm not going to sit up here and pretend like this is going to be some kind of amazing movie. Because it really wasn't, to be honest. You know, it is what it is. So I'm just going to let you know that I wouldn't have enjoyed this movie at all. So it's kind of crazy, like how everything kind of happened, to be honest. Endgame? Oh no. I mean, I'm just going to be honest, because the time traveling plot bothers me in so many ways that I just don't even know. But anyway, I'm going to get into that part right there. Is basically where you have Endgame, of course, and you have that whole alternate timeline thing. And the Avengers go back in the past, get the stones, change everything up, and woo, we're happy again. You know, life is great, I guess. Well, you better go somewhere. Nobody told you. True. Life is great, I guess. It is what it is. But, you know, when you're doing a movie like this, there are so many changes that can happen, and plans that shouldn't happen that do happen. So, of course, you know, I heard there have been rumors where the Russo brothers were supposed to walk off the set because of because of the choices that Kevin Feige had, to be honest. So I don't know what choices that they were. The choices that Kevin Feige implemented were he was going to kill off most of the Avengers. So Cap, Iron Man, Hulk, Thor, and Black Widow were going to die. I mean, we already know that Black Widow died and Iron Man died. But the other three was definitely supposed to die. And from what rumors are saying, and is basically Kevin Feige had it where Thanos would have beat the hell out of Captain America, beat him senseless. And then Thor, Thanos would have took the double blade and gut him like a fish. You know what I'm saying? And then after that, those are the three. No, it's not. Yes, it is. No, and Hulk would have been, I guess he would have been overrun by the creatures, and they would have tore him apart. And then we would have focused on the female. We would have focused on Captain Marvel, Carol Danvers, and how that goes into that life. You know what I'm saying? So you got to deal with Carol Danvers, Captain Marvel, you know? And I'm just like, oh, God. So basically, when Captain America died on the battlefield, Carol would have picked up the shield, and she would have been the one in charge. So, you know, that A-Force scene that we saw where all the females were like, we got this. You know what I'm saying? We got this. And that would have been something crazy, right? So she would have picked up the shield and she would have carried on, and then you would have seen that whole group of females. they would have been the ones to defeat Thanos in the end. And apparently, from what the Russo brothers said, they thought that plan was stupid. So they were going to threaten to walk away. So they had to course correct. They had to course correct these changes because, Kevin Feige wanted to uplift the new characters over the legacy characters that were already in there. And I guess he thought that if all the Avengers died except for Hawkeye and have the new characters come in and step up, we'll have a good movie or something like that. I guess. I'm just guessing. And remember, these are just rumors. Ain't nobody saying that this stuff is true or not. So I don't want anybody to sit up here and be like, oh, you're saying, no, I'm not saying anything, to be honest. I am definitely not saying anything. I am just saying, like, hey, these are just rumors. These are not officially things that are being said. I mean, the only reason why I'm saying that is because there are, like, rumors galore coming out saying that, oh, the Russo brothers had threatened to walk away from Endgame and Infinity War. And then you're just like, really? Why? And then you kind of find out, like, it's because Kevin Feige has these changes or whatever. And let's be honest, we've seen how Phase 4 has been going on. And we've seen how Kevin Feige been a little off a little bit, especially when it came to Captain Marvel. It was the first time I heard him talk, where I was just noticing, like, wait, hold on, you full of shit in a body bag with this whole, especially with Captain Marvel. But my thing is, if you wanted to set up a Captain Marvel Thanos thing, you needed to have set up Captain Marvel himself. No, not her, because Carol wasn't a thought about in Endgame. I'm sorry, you can't have a female character. You can't have a female character in a story where she's really not part of. You know what I'm saying? And trying to force it down people's throats. All they got was rejection. I know some people will be like, oh, it made $1 billion. Did it really? Did it really? Because y'all have to remember, a lot of those tickets were given away for free. And Disney wrote that off as a tax break. And on top of that, that means Disney had to buy them tickets themselves in order for those tickets to be put into free merchandise, So it's kind of one of those crazy things where you just like, oh, okay. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is, but I don't really believe that I know it made the $1 billion because it was some manipulation going on with the box office, but it is what it is. Neither here nor there. But what should have happened is, what I would have did is, after the Avengers game, the Avengers movie, and probably before Age of Ultron, I would have did the Captain Marvel movie. That way you could do a little bit more time with Thanos and flush out Thanos, Eros, maybe some Eternals, and Captain Marvel himself, and maybe flesh out a little bit of the Nova Corps, Richard Rider. That way you can have something to set up. So even if you kind of did have the transition Captain Marvel for Carol Danvers Captain Marvel, at least it would have been something. But I don't know. I just think that setting the whole movie up for failure by getting rid of all of the original characters and killing them off for these new generation characters isn't a smart move. It isn't a smart idea at all, to be honest. I just think it would have been the most dumbest idea ever to even do something like that. Like, why would you think that would be a good idea? Hey, you know what would be so cool if we decided to kill off all the characters that most people like, that most people came to see, and watch them get beat senseless, and then we're going to have the A-Force team stand up, and they're going to be the ones to defeat Thanos. Girl power. No, that's just dumb. That's just real stupid, to be honest. Like, it's kind of dumb when you really sit down and think about it. Why would you even do something that stupid? Because you set yourself up. You really set yourself up for failure, because then it would have got backlash. Look at what they did to the Hulk. They made him a little bitch, to be honest. They made him a little bitch, and then they made Thor a fat joke, to be honest. They decided that Hawkeye and Natasha had had to kill one of each other in order for the Soul Stone to work, even though that's not how the Soul Stone work, even though that's not how the Gauntlet work. I don't understand this whole snap thing, and then Iron Man dying, and then Thanos being halfway destroyed in the beginning of the movie. That's not how the Gauntlet works at all. But hey, y'all changed so many things with this story, it just doesn't even make any logical sense. I'm just being honest. I'm just going to let you know how none of this works in the first place. But okay, sure, whatever. So you were able to kill off Iron Man and Black Widow. Iron Man, I can understand. Black Widow, I still think it was stupid. Whatever. Do you. But it's like once you return those stones, her ass need to have returned back. A soul for a soul. Go on and come on back. But that's why I'm saying you needed Adam Warlock. But to have these projected rumors saying that Kevin Feige would have replaced the legacy characters with the new characters is plausible and it's believable, because we've been seeing some of these new characters pop out of nowhere, and apparently they're better than everyone else. And then if you take the history of what Hollywood's been doing, they've been going back with old classic heroes that we love, and they're jaded, they're old and decrepit, and they need a woman to save the day. And I'm just like, no thanks. No thanks. Not me. I'm not for it. But it is what it is when it comes to that kind of stuff. I just kind of find it really crazy. But hey, I just want to be honest. I'm just going to have an open conversation about it. Would you guys have enjoyed Avengers Endgame more or less if they killed off all the Avengers except for Hawkeye, and it was up to the female characters left to stop Thanos? Would that make the movie better, or would it made it worse in your opinion? Or are you glad that we got what we got? I mean, I'm glad that we got what we got. I mean, the movie's still a hot mess, to be honest. Yeah, you can tell it's a patchwork of a movie. And I think everybody got the sheen of the MCU around it that they can't even understand that. But yeah, I think that the movie has some big issues, but I don't think that taking the characters and killing them off in such gruesome ways, and then having Captain Marvel step in and become the leader, the de facto leader, and charge with the A-Force, I'm telling you, that just wasn't gonna work with nobody. I'm just gonna be honest, it would not have worked. I think people probably would have walked away from the movie. But that's just my opinion. Tell me what you guys think, comment section below, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace out.